Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's me, Megan, and I am back with another book in my Stephen King project, reading every Stephen King book in chronological order. We are now in 1987, which means we are reading The Drawing of the Three. This is the second book in the Dark Tower series, and I've read this before, so this is a reread for me. I first read the series back in 2017, and as a whole, I enjoyed the series, love the series. It's a great series. I've said this before, and I really do think that King is very good at writing fantasy, as much as he is at horror, but he's also really good at telling a good fantasy story. So I thoroughly enjoyed technically my reread, but this will be my read for this project. So I read this over the course of a few months, and so I think that's kind of what deterred me from enjoying it more than I probably could have, because I felt like this book it was very long and drawn out, and I was like, did this book really need to be 500 pages? I don't think it did. So there were times where I was reading it and I'm like, okay, can we mosey along? Can we mosey along? But that aside, I mean, this still had so much going for it, and it was just a lot. This felt like a bridge book. So, like, if The Gunslinger was like the prologue, this was kind of like book one, but it also felt like book two at the same time. Like, you know, when you read a second book in a series and you just know that, like, it's like continuing where the first book left off, but also it was kind of just lead up to where the next book is gonna go. That's 100% how this book felt. I mean, I don't fault it for that because that's exactly what it's supposed to do. But I ended up just rating it 3 stars because it was good, but I was just kind of like, okay, I'm done. We're done. So this basically takes place right after the first book. So we meet Roland back on the beach. He's there. He's got, there's like 3 doors basically, and he can go through these doors. And when he goes through the doors, he can like go into people's like he can become these people. It's very strange, but like also really interesting. And so we meet 3 people, in which I assumed were when we say the drawing of the 3, I was like, oh, are these the 3 people he's going to need to help move forward to go towards the tower? So yes and no. So we meet Eddie. He's our first kind of person that he goes through the door to. Then we meet Odetta/Detta. I mean, she's kind of 2 people in one, and for the most part, I didn't know if we were supposed to like her or not. Like, she was just really annoying, I guess. I mean, when Detta came on the scene, it was kind of like, okay. Like, she was just angry at everybody and just kind of like, wasn't, like, happy, and it was just kind of like, oh, okay, like, I get it, like, can we move on? But then, like, you get Odetta, and she was, like, more pleasant to talk to, and, like, Eddie falls in love with her in, like, 2.2 seconds, and you're like, okay, bro. But I mean, watching them, like, work together minus, like, the weird romance that I guess King was trying to, like, put together, I guess, like, I still liked them as characters. I didn't, like, I kind of got, like, annoyed. I don't want to say annoyed, but I was kind of just like, okay, I don't really want to read about Detta anymore. And then we also meet Mort, who is a very interesting character because he basically just kind of goes around killing people. So to me, I thought, oh, those are gonna be like the 3 people that are gonna help him go on his way. And like I say, this takes its time with each of the characters, so I also think that's like that really helps us like cement ourselves into this world, because like we spend so many chapters with Eddie and we learn a lot about Eddie, and like his brother passes away, like we just learned so much about him that like he's a very full fleshed out character that I'm like, I really do like Eddie. I think he's a great character. We do spend a lot of time with Odetta and Detta, back and forth. But like I say, she was never a character I truly liked. So like spending time with her was kind of like, we learn a lot about her too, but I don't know. To me, I'm just like, when you know when you don't like a character and you're just like, I don't care. I don't care. So I was kind of like, whatever. And then we don't really spend that much time with Mort. It's just kind of like he's there and then he's not there, and I was just like, interesting. Like, he was probably like a really interesting character, but we met him so far at the end of the book that I was like, oh, okay, interesting. And then the way that this ended, I thought it was really clever because it just kind of came together really, really well, and it left a lot of room for where the next book is going to go. And then we meet Susanna, so I'm not gonna spoil it, about where she comes from, but it was just like, oh, that's where we're going with this. I was like, oh damn. So I'm like, this ending was really good. I was like, actually, this was a King ending that I was like, oh, because I think it was because it was a cliffhanger, because we know that there's more to come. So it's truly not an ending. So maybe I should hold back on my excitement about that. But I was just like, oh, that's a really clever way of kind of like just putting like a little pin in it, and then I was like, we'll come back to it later. So that was that. I was like, oh, that's so cool. I like that. Like, I can get down with that. So those were mainly my thoughts on this. It was fast paced, even though it was slow. Like, there's so many layers within this series that it's so hard to articulate sometimes, but I really like the way that King has spent so much time adding these little layers, because like they kind of come to fruition at different times, and you're just like, that's cool. You're like, you reference that like all the way back here, but now it's coming through. You're like, that's actually brilliant. Like, King's just really good at like little Easter egg things. He even likes to reference his own work in this. Like, he talks about The Shining a lot, so he's doing him. But yeah, that's what I thought about this. Obviously, there's only the one adaptation that I have yet to see, where they tried to put the entire Dark Tower series in one movie. I'm like, I'll watch that once I finish reading the whole series and see how terrible it was, because I heard it was a giant flop, because why would you try to put 8 books into one movie? Beyond me. But so those were my thoughts on this. If you've read this book, let me know in the comments below, like, what you thought of it. And then my next King read, I'm actually like super, super, super excited, because I've heard a lot about it, and this is one of his like canon books, and it's Misery. I've already started it. I'm in love with it. I can already feel like I'm predicting this is going to be a 5-star read. But I've heard so much about this book that I'm like, I feel like I already know what's going to happen. So I'm really excited to know if I'm right or not. And I don't even care that I know, because I'm so excited to read this story. So I'll be reading this for the next 7 weeks. Actually, it'll be 6 weeks now. So I will be back with this probably end of July, early August. So look out for that. So if you've read this, let me know, but don't tell me anything, because I don't want to know. Not yet. But if you read this, let me know in the comments below. I'd like to know your thoughts. So that is all I have for you guys today. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, a like, a subscribe, a do your thing, and I'll see you all in my next video. So thanks then. Bye guys!